do you get customers filling out contact forms that they don't seem to respond or ghost you by the time you get around to them? If you're contacting your customers within a really short time period, and look at my other video around speed to lead, because I explain that in depth. If you're contacting them within the first hour and they're not responding to you, it's not you necessarily. And what you need to do is you need to implement measures around making sure that you stay top of mind, because people's lives are busy, right? Like, something that's in their head an hour ago sometimes doesn't become a priority anymore, and so they put things on the back burner very quickly. So the way to combat that is via email marketing, and you can automate this as well. So you can nurture customers that have just entered your database through email marketing. So a good example of that is when a customer fills out a contact form on your website. They get an instant email saying, hey, thanks so much for your inquiry. We'll get back to you in, hopefully an hour, because speed to lead. And then talking about, who you are, overview of your story, capability statement, all those nice things that they need to know. Then for the first 14 days, because the first 14 days is really important from a customer purchasing psychology perspective. The first 14 days, they should be getting an email every 2 days to remind them and allow your business to stay top of mind. Because if you think about like the buying perspective of a customer, like, you're probably not the only person that they filled out a contact form for. So if you can't get in contact with them, they're at least still receiving emails from you, and then that's going to improve your conversion rate drastically because you're staying top of mind. Now, what you do, here's a quick tip. If they get to the end of the 14 days and they're essentially like a dead lead at this point, they haven't responded, or they haven't returned your phone call, or whatever the scenario is, haven't heard from them, they then automatically get put into your email database, which then receive your, hopefully monthly, I would say to bare minimum, do it monthly, but if you're sending weekly or fortnightly emails, that's totally cool too. But put them into that email database, into your newsletter, to ensure that, again, you're staying top of mind. Because especially when it comes to, and I'll use an example here, like for more emotional purchases, like say if you're buying a new car, or you're building a new home, or you're doing some landscaping, whatever the scenario is, those emotional purchases take a few more touch points than, say, reactive services. Like if I've got I need to fix a leaking tap, or I need to get my vehicle, fixed in a short amount of time because it's got a problem. The more emotional purchases require more touch points to get customers across the line and put their hand up. So if you do that, I can guarantee you will convert more customers. End of story.